Hi, my name is Rich Surratt. I'm a senior engineer at VPG. I have a short presentation that I'd like to share with you that shows the inherent differences in long-term stability of different resistor technologies. Let's do a fast review of Resistor Class 101 and take a look at the basic structure of the three major resistor types: thin film, thick film, and foil. A resistor has a tough life. It powers up and it powers down. It gets hot, it cools off. It expands and it contracts. Over time, all of this activity causes it to change value. Some resistor types change a lot, some not so much, and some hardly at all. Here's a high magnification close-up of the element of a thin film resistor. Note the surface. It's composed of countless grains of conductive material. Let's look at an example that makes it a little easier to envision this structure by packing some marbles into a tray. The marbles represent the conductive grains we saw in the high magnification photo. Note the countless resistive interconnects and current paths between the conductive particles. This is a good model of a thin film resistor. Next, let's mix some of these conductive particles or grains with non-conductive grains and place them in a tray. The dark marbles being conductive, the white ones non-conductive. If I were to pour some glue or binder over all of this, I could layer it very thickly and make a good model of a thick film resistor. Again, note the basic structure and the countless interconnects and current paths. Foil. Just like it says. This is exactly what it looks like before making a resistor out of it. Smooth, flexible, continuous, homogeneous, elastic. Okay, now we have the basic structure of the three technologies envisioned in our minds. Time for the experiment. Let's really power up and cause the resistive element of each unit to get hot and expand. Let's blast a resistor of each of these technologies with a 1000 volt, 50 watt, 3000 microsecond power pulse. This isn't a standard industry test, a mil-spec requirement, or even an apples-to-apples comparison. But it's an excellent way to give us an impression of how a resistor might perform after 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, or 26 years of use. First, a thick film 10K 1206 unit. Please watch the effects of the test on the resistor and its value. Okay, this thick film unit was obviously damaged and changed value, but it wasn't completely totaled. Thick film resistors are sometimes used as snubbers in similar applications. Now, the thin film. Whoa! Not so good. The test totally destroyed and opened the thin film resistor, but considering its basic structure and inherent limitations, that is to be expected. And finally, the foil resistor. What just happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The foil resistor absorbed the pulse with no damage or change in value. No doubt it got incredibly hot, expanded tremendously, then contracted very quickly with no effect. Imagine how stable this resistor will remain after years and years of normal use. As I mentioned before, this is not a standard industry test, and the comparison is not exactly apples to apples. But based on what I just witnessed here, if I were a designer with a critical application that required unquestioned reliability and stability for extended periods, regardless of the location or environment, I would definitely choose the VPG foil resistor over all other technologies. For more information about the complete line of V-shaped foil resistors, go to the technical library on our website. We also offer on-site technical seminars and demonstrations performed by our field design engineers.